If you decide to try this experiment at home, don't let that bottom of that grinding wheel touch the surface of your pole sander. It's going to mark it up. So really be careful about that. When you turn it on, that spindle could be on the move, down or up. You don't know. So watch out for that and make sure that you don't run that grinding wheel into the surface of your pole sander. Well, today's project is making an adapter for my pole sander that will allow me to use the normal smaller grinding wheel on the pole sander, you know, like this. And so I can move things around and contour things, use it as a grinder as well as a sander. So we're going to take a look at doing that. The first thing I wanted to find out is how much vertical motion we have. As you know, this post moves up and down. So I turned it on and I took a magic marker and I just held it here. And this is the mark that was left. I measured from the bottom of the mark to the top of the mark, and we have 600 thousandths vertical motion. The thickness of my grinding wheel that I have is 700 thousandths. So I think we probably got it covered as far as the vertical motion goes. So the first thing I need to do is make a protective cover for this top section because I don't want to damage the top section. I would have liked to have put a steel plate on here, but I don't have a steel plate. So just to see if this whole thing is going to work, we're going to use a piece of this stuff. It's some kind of press board. And I've drilled a 1/2 inch hole right here so I can lower it onto the top of the post. And then I can trace around the bottom and come up with somewhat near the same size as this top. So we've got our job mounted on the mill, and we used a 1/2 inch drill to get our spindle centered in this hole, and then we're going to bore this larger hole out. Alright, we've got our adjustable boring tool lined up to the approximate diameter. We'll see how it goes, and we can always open it up a little bit more if the grinding wheel doesn't fit. Looks like our tool is not quite deep enough to go all the way through here. I might have to change it out. Well, the cutting edge on that tool wasn't deep enough, and probably we're oversized here on what we've done. We've given ourselves some more clearance, and we'll finish doing the cut. We'll take that out of there and have a look. There's our grinding wheel. And yes, we are quite a bit oversized there. But it's still going to be functional, and since I made it out of wood as an experiment, we're probably okay to proceed here. I've got some temporary C-clamps, one here and one on that other side, just to hold the wood in place while we give it a quick test. I made sure this grinding wheel is not going to go down so far that it causes any damage to the table. And it is locked very tight on here. It's not going to slip off. So let's just give it a try on a piece of metal here and see what happens. put a little rounded edge on that. We need a slight adjustment. It needs to go down just a fraction more, I think. Or actually up. That would be up, because we went over the top of that and caused a little bit of a scrape here. So just a little bit of adjustment there, and I think this is going to be good. A larger piece than this, you could always work from the back edge here because you have a larger piece of plate to work on. So a few little improvements and a better clamping method than these would be good, but I think the idea works, and it might be worth doing a better plate on the top here. Anyway, that's the experiment.